good morning, everyone. My name is Jordan Hart. I'm the online editor of Labels and Labeling magazine, and this morning I have the honor to be sitting down with Deborah Corn, who is a master of all things in the print universe. Deborah, would you like to give us a brief run through of all the things you're involved with?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. As you mentioned, my name is Deborah Corn. I'm the intergalactic ambassador to the Printiverse at Print Media Center. And Print Media Center itself is a website that provides information, printspiration, and resources to print marketing and sales professionals. And Print Media Center has been around since 2009. Through Print Media Center, I do a lot of initiatives for like Girls Who Print, Print Chat, Project Peacock, podcast from the Printiverse, Elevate Print, International Print Day is a holiday I started you might know about, really focus on ways to bring everybody together and also allow for a space for everyone to still have their own space in being together, if that makes sense. And of course, the podcasts just are informational programs,
Yeah.
conversational, a little fun.
Well, and all of that, like you said, it all brings people together, but in a very socially distant way, which is the trend of 2020 going into 2021.
Yeah.
So, how did you get involved in the print industry? Because you seem to be very involved in it.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Um, I actually had nothing to do with the printing industry. I worked in advertising agencies for over 25 years as a print producer. So I was the person on the, print customer, print buyer. And I used to say that my job was to bring creative vision to life. And so I worked as I said, I worked in advertising for a long time. And in 2008, with the last recession, I lost my job in advertising and started looking around for work, but was having a hard time finding a job. And at that point, I opened up a LinkedIn group for the purpose of attracting people to it to help me find work because I had run out of networking with everyone else. So I was like, oh, I'll do that mountain to Muhammad thing. And I opened up a group called Print Production Professionals, and I invited other print producers, designers, creative people, printers, of course, because printers know when there's jobs open, creative service people, HR people, and let it loose in the world. And what happened, because humans have free will and they didn't know that I was creating the job so I could look for work. Everyone started helping each other and networking with each other. And it became, at one point, a creative director emailed me and said it was like having 500 colleagues down the hallway. And if anyone out there's ever worked in advertising, like the fact that a creative director like stopped their day and sent an email to anybody is a monumental thing. So it stopped me dead in my tracks, and I realized that something was happening around this group. Something was happening with this new thing called social media, and I just started focusing a lot of time on it. People would ask me what I did for a living, and I would tell them I was a professional networker. And they were like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't really know. But at this point now, there's 5,000 people in my LinkedIn group. And now, in case you're not aware, it is the #1 print group in the world on LinkedIn. There's over 120,000 people in it. And, through that, I have maintained my connection with the community, and I'm also able to serve additional needs through the site content, through the podcast, through the initiatives, and like I said, for the purpose of bringing everybody together.
Yeah. I, one, love the attitude of, okay, I can't find a job. I will bring the jobs to me. But I feel like if that was bringing your mountain, getting that email was like planting the flag on the top of, okay, we've kind of made it.
Yeah, it totally was. And sometimes you need someone from the outside to give you a better perspective about what's going on the inside. And it's not just about the grass is always greener. It's about saying to somebody, you might not see that there's something growing around you, but there really is, and maybe you should investigate what you can do. And as a matter of fact, I called myself the intergalactic ambassador to the Printiverse for that exact reason. What did I know? I couldn't be a leader, I couldn't be a supreme being. What I was actually doing was helping people connect. And I thought that that was more of an ambassadorship. And then that way I could stay diplomatic and, work with everybody. So it's worked out in a crazy way. So everybody out there, if you're doing something and people are, kind of engaging with you and you don't know what it is, but you kind of enjoy doing it, stick with it. Give it a little chance to marinate. You never know. You might end up with the Printiverse, by accident.
So has that group grown or changed a lot during the last year of everyone kind of being forced to engage with their virtual coworkers more than their actual coworkers, or have you just kind of seen like it's a steady place for people to go?
That's a really interesting question. I haven't seen interactions amongst colleagues of the same companies. They post things and obviously they comment and stuff on that. What I've seen is a lot of printers reaching out to see if there are other printers out there who have resources or could be a resource for them. I see a lot of people expanding their horizons or looking to as far as digital marketing. It's something I'm pushing like a lunatic because it's just the printers really have to get in on the digital marketing aspect of marketing, of the omni-channel part, whether it's they do it themselves or they find partners. So I've also seen an uptick in, of course, opportunities for online education, people really stepping up. The organizations have been stepping up. You guys had Label Academy last year. I hope you're doing that again this year. You know, there's not as many people in the groups as you would think, but commenting and but they're they are watching and they are, I call it, they lurk. Everybody lurks on LinkedIn. A lot of people don't want to speak or they can't speak for their company or they don't want to chime in on things like that. But there's been a lot more interaction amongst the community itself. And I get a lot of requests in my LinkedIn inbox for, can you help me find a resource? Can you help me find a partner? Do you know anybody who can do this? I'm looking to start a new wide format service. Where should I look? I want to start a new digital packaging thing. So, I will just send people to the best resources I have at the time.
Yeah, really that ambassador connection point from
Yeah.
one group to another. So you might be one of the most passionate people in the printing industry that I personally have met. So
Oh.
if you had to pick one thing, what is your favorite part about the printing industry?
Um, I am going to say discovery. And that's because there's always something new to do. And there's, I always think about it, and this, I guess this comes from my print production days, it's a piece of direct mail, right? It's a postcard. We're not reinventing the postcard, but yet we could reinvent the postcard. We can make that postcard talk. We can make it smell. We can make it um, open up. We can make it slide. We can do a lot of things to that postcard. And, so discovering those new opportunities and the way that I do it as a print customer is I want to see them. So back to something you asked before about, the uptick of activity on social media, something I've seen and I've been, when I present, I suggest is if you can't get samples to your print customers because maybe you don't know where they are, start making video sample kits. People are doing it. And it's amazing way to just be like, I had no idea that that was possible. And I've seen a lot of cool ideas come through recently. A lot of them, by the way, are around packaging and like kind of self-contained units of packaging, that the packaging is also the handle somehow, like there's like cool MacGyvery stuff going on in the packaging space. And digital packaging is changing up a lot of things. So I've seen a lot of label and packaging videos too. So people should search those. They're cool.
They are cool. I think discovering the interesting, particularly with packaging, that is my favorite thing. I love walking through the grocery store with a friend. They think I'm weird, but since I work in this industry, you can walk down and point out something and be like, this packaging just won an award and look at how cool it is and it's sustainable. And they're like, we're just trying to get groceries. And I'm like, but it's fun. And there's just always something new to see. And I think if the more attention you pay in the industry, the more you're going to find.
Yeah, the cereal aisle is actually my favorite spot because that's all of the things there are designed to capture your attention. So what is capturing my attention? Is it the yellow uh, uh Captain Crunch berries box, or is it the 3D image popping off of it that's drawing me to it? So I love this. I love the cereal.
It's one of my favorites too. I'm also just someone that loves cereal, but so obviously I'd be amiss if I did not address that we are still, unfortunately, in a pandemic. Have you picked up any hobbies? How are you surviving?
Um, Honestly, I am guilty of like binge watching plus. I think I there were levels of binge watching. I might have you know, teetered off into the expert area. Although I'm constantly searching shows to binge watch because I might have watched them all. You're in a situation when you start rewatching a series that had 13 seasons
Oh, that's a commitment.
and you're in it. Exactly. It's a commitment. It is a commitment. Like, what am I doing for the next month? I am watching Sons of Anarchy again. Why? I don't know. I just decided I needed to see it again. It was worth it. All 13 seasons.
All 13 seasons.
I don't
I
know
mean,
if it
that's
was
a great
13 seasons.
review.
I think maybe it was 8 seasons, but 13 episodes. It was a commitment to your point. It was, what are you doing? I can't talk to anybody. I am on, I gotta finish this. And that's the thing. It almost becomes like once you're in, you can't stop. Although, for some reason, you would think I'd be all over the Mandalorian, which I am. But I haven't finished the last couple of episodes, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing Baby Yoda again. I missed him.
So you gotta have something to look forward to. If
Yeah.
Baby Yoda's it, all power to you. So on a broader scale, changes post-pandemic, do you see any changes on the horizon for the printing industry as we're moving out of this?
Um, yes, but I don't think there are any changes that everybody didn't know coming, that were coming. I just think that they have come at a more accelerated pace. And with that, the one-stop print shop is going to have an advantage over everybody else. One-stop shopping, whether that is you have everything in your place or you can partner with people who can. If you say no, you're done because someone's going to be able to say yes to everything, even if they can't do it. Just say yes and find a partner.
Yeah.
Find a partner. You can work it out. No one's asking for anything insane. If you don't make t-shirts, there's plenty of people out there who can you can do your research and find someone to help you make t-shirts. You can say yes and source that vendor. Of course, it's better to source everybody up front so you have that list of resources. But that's going to be super important, as well as what I mentioned before, being able to really be a partner for the businesses in the communities that really need help. And that in general is going to change the dynamic in some print shops from printing a lot for not as many customers because they have big budgets or whatever to printing not a lot for as many customers as they can possibly find. That affects workflow. It affects a lot of things. That's why people looking, there was a zillion people looking into automation and e-commerce last year, but this year it has to be out there in the world. There is no more what's happening. What's happening next? The world is going to open up. What? How are you preparing for that? Now, and you should be preparing that for now, and coming up with opening packages for businesses, and everything they need for as far as socially distanced graphics and all of that other stuff, and coming up with real marketing ideas, and that might mean saying we can send someone to your business and take a few shots for your Facebook page. We can help you set up an ad for your Facebook page or whatever. And I keep saying Facebook pages because they are very popular right now with small businesses. And we cannot dismiss that. I'm looking right in the camera. You cannot dismiss that as a printer now. Get in on it because they're going to do that regardless. If you can come up with a plan that says we can help you get more people to your Facebook page, and then that business sees results, then you can turn it to, well, just like we got people to your Facebook page, we think we can get people into your store or ordering online for food or whatever it might be. But all of those people are going to need data for decisions. And that is another thing that I think has really changed. And this is a little weird for me because usually I focus on what you can do. Show me the samples. But now that's not enough. If you think about a business that's struggling to stay open, doesn't have people in the store, they're, really scrambling, every dollar they spend, they're going to need some data behind it. Look,
Yeah.
we have done this for ourselves. We sent out a direct mail postcard. We did this thing called Every Door Direct Mail. We got everybody around a certain area and we got people into our print shop. We can help you do the same thing. That's data for decisions. And then from there, you have their data to help them make further decisions, such as you've got, your traffic increased 300% to your Facebook page. You got 70 more likes in this last couple of weeks, and you were able to convert those people into customers. Now, let's keep them as customers. Let's do a customer loyalty, a customer retention. Like there's a million opportunities for print out there right now, but people can't pounce. They have to understand what the communities and the retailers and the stores are going through. They're freaking out and come in there as I'm just here to help you. That's it. I'm not here to sell you. And there's data for decisions really will be helpful there.
Yeah, printing is a part, but it's no longer the whole picture. It's really a team effort and multifaceted effort of helping these companies.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, it's always been a team effort, but the printing industry stopped short. If it was a relay race, we're always handing off those digital elements to somebody else. And there's really not a reason to at this point, including going really deep with, programmatic ads on Google. Again, Mr. Printer, Mrs. Printer, Ms. Printer, you don't have to be the one who's programming Google. Find a partner. If you can't find a partner, find me. I will find you a partner. But don't
There's
say,
LinkedIn for you.
yeah, but seriously, I've got actually a digital advertising group that nobody knows about with 19,000 people in there. So yeah, I've got a ton of resources to share with people. And I hope that they really understand that you might even be able to get in with the digital marketing. We are only here to help you set up Facebook ads and attract an audience for you. And then, like I said, now that you have the audience, you have the data for decisions for them, you can then say, okay, how about we send a thank you note to everybody? Or how about we say, refer a friend, whatever it might be. But printers have to be the idea generators with these types of people. They're just regular, I call them civilians. They're just regular civilians going, how am I going to keep my business open this year? So anything you can do to help, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for your time. I do not want to keep you from the printerverse for too long, but I appreciate you sitting down with me and joining as basically our first guest on our tentatively named Coffee Chat series. So thank you for being our inaugural element. Yes.
Thank you. And I'll have a sip of coffee in your honor. I really appreciate it, Jordan. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. Have a great day and we will talk with you soon.
Hello? Jordan? Are you there? It's Deborah Corn. I'm not a cat.